Good morning, ladies. My name is Chez, and welcome back to part 3, or to the What If Deku had uh, uh, powers of imagination. So, where we left off, there's the Zuko, so they were talking about how, like, of course, Ochako loves baby Zuko, how cute he is, and the calm talks to Todoroki about the female, and of course, who else is listening, or should I say eardropping, or not in, or but into the conversation was Menader, the underneath Dark Shadow. Yeah, and it was those three, the ones that Human Pikachu, Tape Boy, and the Menader is interested in that girl. Yeah, and then the female, her was talking to Momo, about the, like, how she, or how Momo really likes calm, yeah, as, yeah, Bakugo's is not happy with the Explosion Man, because, yeah. So then, yeah, dorms were implemented earlier, and then there was 3 on top of a roof. All 3 of them, or 4, I lost count. 4 of them live in the same bedroom because they're technically a same person. And so Zuko was Zuko, who was, he imagined himself with tremor power, like Whitebeard does. Because, yeah. Then, and darkness power too. So what he ends up as? Creating that. He just pops up, and yeah. Zuko, or so All Might, that little beep 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 system, as when they show up, he sees a buffed up Zuko with his fingers as he kinks his neck from left to right, as he turns around and sees All Might there. Yeah. As he says, you must be All Might. Nice to meet you. As he's, you know the one that's light one? Yeah. He sticks his hand down to shake his hand. Yeah. He ends up, so he ends up joining the UA. Yeah. So now there's 5 of them. Now it sounds like a Power Rangers thing. So, if you guys have any suggestions to add any more characters into this What If series that I'm going to do, because in the last night I checked YouTube thing, I almost have I think 1,000, under 1,000 or over 1,000. So yeah, and keep up these views. You need like a lot of views and subscribe and all that stuff. So yeah, let's keep going. So yeah, he ends up introducing himself to other Zukus. Yeah, and the other students. As Mr. Aizawa says, alright everyone, meet your new classmate. He's or I know 4 of you who knows who he is. He's part of part of the personalities. But for the rest of you who don't know what these guys that are sitting before you, the 4 or no explosion and the home. Yeah, 4 of them are they represents different emotions. He's fun, playful, like a child. Represents, yeah. It's basically like their personalities. They couldn't believe they all share the same person or same like blood. So yeah. Now this is the new guy. He's called a tremor. Or darkness tremor. And when he walked in, that's their code names, as Mr. Aizawa explains. Go by their code names, because it gets confusing when you say Zuko. We learned that a hard way. As they see this big buff guy walking in, as Momo, or not Momo, everyone's jaws dropped. Yeah. So then, yeah, Zuko, guess I was right. As the female, there should be more. Yeah, there's about like 5 of them now. So, if you guys want to add any of the ideas of Zuko's, tell me in the comments below, okay? And yes, so now I'm skipping these heroes versus villains, and of course, during the USJ, it goes a little bit different. The 5 of them went and in and like as the little, of course, when the villain just came and attacked, and as yeah, he got so scared, as yeah, the calm self. Oh, he'll do it as he goes. Changes his diaper real quick before he goes in. Because, yeah, or baby Zuko really loves when the calm changes his diaper. Yeah, it's like you changing yourself. Oh, clothes every single day. Like, yeah, changing your diapers every single day. So yeah, as the villains, they weren't just low tier villains, they were high tier villains. Like supernova kind. As yeah. As Mr. How was like 13, protect the kids. Or protect the students. As yeah. He, yeah, he got scared. And as don't worry, just sleep, okay? Okay. As he goes to like sleep in that little bag or his backpack. Okay? As 13 notices that of course he sets no, he basically okay, female ready. Yeah, what are we gonna do? Well, use your power to make all those guys and girls and make that Nomu fall in love with you. And then Mr. Ozawa will come as he tells Mr. Ozawa to cover his eyes now. As yeah. So Mr. Ozawa covers his eyes and her like love glare. Yeah. Her made all those high-end villains instead of like attacking and trying to murder like Mr. Ozawa, they all turned and ran to her, and they ended up like cuddling with her, like having yeah their way with her. Yeah, it was not just a like how will I put this? So yeah, I'll just leave it off like that. So the other like students, they all like ran in in out of the door, and yeah, they all the villains. I mean, all the villains, like the Nomus, the villains, except for one person. That was Shirakisan. Yeah. So, yeah. They all charged, or rest of the villains, they charged right at her. And, yeah, when they got to her, they didn't, like, tear her to pieces, like, rip the limbs off. But let's just say her clothes fell off. Yeah. As Todoroki was, like, froze them in place. Because most of them, like, there was frozen. Basically all of them. Except for the girl. Or except for a female, should I say. And she's butt naked. And then look, a calm self brought some extra spare clothes. Yeah. Because her, like, for, like, adults, yeah. Imagine her naked. Yeah. That's what happened. So, yeah. Calm self says, here we go. As she says things, as she puts back her clothes on because it's too embarrassing. Like, she puts a bra on and doing all that stuff. As Shiraki-san is like, shoot, as Tremor, that's his name, he goes by Tremor, as he basically used, like, his own tremor power to be like what Whitebeard does. When he did that, he his power makes Whitebeard and Delfruit look like a children's play toy. Yeah, because he could channel it through his foot too. So yeah, and yeah, Demon Hearts. No, Hemsuk. So then after as the calm self, or no, the female self tells the calm self. So the plan was to keep all the villains at bay, and you, oh, and the rest, or you get the rest of them away, right? Yes, the plan was to distract them, or like you were the distraction, so that the rest of our group was to leave, wait outside, and don't worry, I wasn't gonna leave you to those. Neither did Todoroki. As the little toddler was still asleep through that entire time. As, yeah. And no, I'm not gonna, like, do the trip between his calm self and the female self, because that just seems too weird. And yeah, there's 5 so far. If I made a poll to choose which 4, please go check out my other videos. Okay? So yeah. So the next day, they all came back to school, and yeah, they got that little, like, 10 months thing, or so that, or 10 days to prepare. And Mr. Aizawa says, or when he looks at the female, don't worry, there's no sexual harassment. And okay, I won't. And there, Mr. Aizawa knows that the calm self of knew that if they get, and Mr. Aizawa asks calm, like, you put one of the students in danger. Not really endangered. It's the, because I know that she has the love fruit kind of power. As Mr. Zawa says, wait, what do you mean? Well, in the one universe, it's called Del fruits, and one of them is love fruit. Every time you fall in love with somebody, or when it's activated, the person comes to fall in love with you. If they do, they turn to stone. But see that hers is like half of it. She can make people fall in love with her without turning them to stone. So basically, yeah. And I'm, as he tells Mr. Aizawa that I know that I can get around violence and stuff. As he explained what the possibility was, would be like, this is what he says. Well, I know that he in one of the other alternate universes, usually you who overuse your quirk, but at the end, Mr. Aizawa, or the Nomu, got an upper hand on you and smashed your head on the floor. Not blood kind, but just knocking you out. And 13 would have gotten the her quirk backfired on her. Basically, she has the black hole. Oh, oh, quirk. It only affects those that she points to. But if it points to herself, it will basically break her suit, and her body will be disposed to elements, or like earth, fire. Yeah. So Mr. Ozawa is being like, Mr. Ozawa, as he couldn't believe that the possibility of him losing his eyesight. Yeah. So then the sports festival is next. So yeah. Zuko, who was basically has released a frog into the wild. That frog is actually Zuko. Yeah, Zuko was basically what you see before you. No. As yeah. The thing goes off as yeah. So they calm against someone that could like brainwash people by just talking to them isn't gonna work out. Because calm Zuko is pretty powerful. So he says, you must be one with a brain quirk. Though you could control people's minds when you're talking to them. Am I right? As, yeah. You know what he has on his backpack, or his bag? Was baby Zuko sleeping. As the brain dude's like, yeah. But how did you know about that? Huh. Well, between us two, we have the power to, or you can ask him questions. Sorry about that. And so where we left off, there was two people talking to each other, and see who would be fallen first. But Zuko, or Calm Zuko, should I say, wins that round because he actually went so fast, punched that brain dude right in the stomach. Yeah. Zuko wasn't strong, or actually, baby, yeah. As his toddler was started to wake up, as he's a little hungry. As the calm says, I'll feed you. Okay. As he reaches over, grabs a little huddle, gives it to him. Okay. As all the girls that were in the audience were like, dang. Yeah. As even how will I put this? Even Midnight was even like, he's good with kids. Yeah. So it was like, instead of 2 versus 2 round, it was 3 versus 3. Or like, free for all. 3 versus 3 versus 3. like, yeah. First round was like against, yeah. And then the, like, Ochako versus female Hozuku and Bakugo. So all the Zukus won. And except for maybe Zuku, because yeah. And so, yeah, after all that, internships. All of the people chose 4 of them, except for maybe Zuku. He was like, of course, Calm Zuku, who was with the Endeavor. Yeah. So he chose to be with the toddler picked him, and yeah, to go with, because, or actually, not that. So he ends up going with his sister. Or actually, Zumi asked to join her. So, yeah. So then, after the internship, all the Zukus went back to the high school, and yeah. But during the Raw Girl versus like Squid Guy, there was something a little bit off. There was another green amphibian looking like Frog Girl. Oh. But he says, Ribbit, I'm here. I'm your reinforcements. Let's go. As he starts jumping around, he moves faster than Raw Girl's as he, like, pounces on the villains and the squid. Yeah, tying him up. Yeah. As he joins the UA, as they all couldn't believe it. One by one, as all of the Zukus, yeah, this Zuku, this one, and it was like flying around, even like, they're so coordinated enough that even, yeah, they even had their own wolf. That's his name. Or his code name. Sorry if I blow my nose real quick. So, yeah. So, oh, gosh dang it. So, now the camp arc, or the mall arc, they all grew close to all of them. But Momo really wants Kamzuku for herself. And, yeah, and then all that. So during the camp arc, or during All for One versus All Might, because I'm skipping the camp arc, Zuko was basically the big strong guy. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Keep scrolling up, up, up. He kind of looks like. Oh, here it is. So, All for One was gonna kill All Might, ain't, by scorching him, and they all remember his dream. All Might remembers as he ends up like stopping the attack because he used his darkness, and it's called Zero. So he basically absorbs the attack, and it flowed into his body and became more like, as he basically punched All for One out of existence. Yeah. So, yeah, he basically won that round. Faster than you could say, chicken wing, macaroni with some jalapenos. Sorry. So, yeah, this is the dodgeball. Yeah. Oh, and yeah. And those are like that Gorilla Girl, the one that was at USJ. All of you might be wondering. Well, all of the villains that were at USJ that fell in love with the female, Zuko one, they ended up, or one of them, they all had pictures of her naked body. Yeah. Don't ask me what they do to it. So, yeah. So then, yeah. Now, the overhaul fight, yeah. As Zuko became the Hun. I'm skipping the overhaul fight, but most of the villains that were working under overhaul, they all ended up like falling in love with him, or with the female Zuko. Yeah. I think that's crazy. Yeah. And yeah, they are trying to hold back, but they are so in love with her. They all thinking in their heads. As, yeah. It's only when her aura, like, is like a hand grabs everyone attracted to her. When she's trying to be all, like, super serious and, like, doing all that stuff. Yeah. She wasn't the one that messed around. And all of her, or over her, no. The hero killer Stain was put in custody real fast. And the whole, like, shenanigans. And of all as Momo. So now time skip. So they all asked each other's out. And then there's this big monster that came to devour the world. Um, and before he even ate the earth, there was this most powerfulest entity in the world, known as the Azuku. Did not allow him to live, so he ends up throwing the monster across the entire world. Um, like, yeah, it was basically threw him or threw that monster into the trash. As yeah, it was scary. As it was like Azuku tells them that my powers have evolved my body to a living, breathing entity. Yes. So yeah. Then the beeper went crazy. So now this is the end of the video. Please leave a like, share, subscribe. Peace.